Because when we come, it's like they think we're rich. And so I always tell people, Americans have credit, not money. And when I tell them about the mortgage
some have no money and no credit. Child, just broke. For real.
So that's the thing. Like I want to embrace authentic relationships. I want to partner with Kenyans and do business with Kenyans. And because, when we come to Africa, we have a different mentality. We want to partner with our brothers and sisters and build together, right? We're not trying to just take from anyone.
Yeah.
But however, sometimes you do feel a little like used a little bit. Like I'm only going to be your friend for what you can give me. And so that can be a little hurtful sometimes.
It can be a little challenging to navigate. How much do you pay your maid a month, if you don't mind me asking?
So my maid is more of the on the expensive end, and I pay her
too, child.
Okay, so I pay mine like $1,000 each time she comes.
What does that round
$10.
out to? What does that round out to?
Okay, to $80 a month. And that's expensive because she's really...
My maid is raping me.
Yeah.
No, for real. Sarah's got to go. I give her $200 a month, and she comes twice a week. And my plants are dying. She doesn't even water all my plants. Look around.
Oh my God. Yeah. You're yeah. Yeah. Because I'm paying a lot. Like
She
my
doesn't cook.
Yeah, you're being,
Damn.
And that's why it's so important that we connect with other expats to understand how to get acclimated into Kenya. That's my goal, like to help expats get acclimated here, and not just with the physical things, but also emotionally and mentally. Because although this is an amazing move, if you are not mentally and emotionally prepared to be here, your dream is going to turn into a nightmare.
Yeah. That happened to me. When I first got here, it was a dark, dark time for me for a good month. Mm-hmm. And then I rode out of it and had a high for a while. Now I'm feeling like I'm in a dark place.
Oh, but you're not going to stay in that dark place.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But even before everything, it's hard. You go through transitions of loneliness, even with people around you. Mm-hmm. Like you miss I'm sure you miss your daughters, you miss your aunts, you miss, like we can all get together in a group, but it's just not the same.
Yeah.
Some days.
Yes. And that's called, what we call it in my world is adjustment disorder. It just basically means that there's a life transition that has happened, and I have to be able to adjust to my new environment. It's almost like having good grief. Okay, because this is
I like that.
It's good grief.
Yeah, because you're grieving it, but it's for the best.
Yes. And when you get on the other side of your good grief, like Kenya, look, I cannot rave about Kenya enough. Kenya is amazing. the people is amazing. The environment is amazing.
When I first got here, I did not like Kenyans.
You didn't? Why? Kenyans are amazing.
I'm scarred. I have a lot of mental issues, girl. Listen, after this, I'm really gonna hit you up. I need a therapist, girl. I need a life coach. I have a lot of mental issues. I did not realize my mental illnesses until I got here. And had to see other people what is wrong with you, child? And I'm like, oh shit.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when we come, Africa is beautiful for us to come, but we have to get mentally and emotionally prepared. That's why I coach the expats, because when you come, you're coming from trauma.
Yeah.
If you go in America, I'm gonna ask you this: when you go into a bank, and let's just say 3 of the tellers are black and 1 of the tellers are white. When we're standing in the line in the bank, what is the first thing you say? I can tell you the first thing I say.
I'm going to go to them.
I hope I get the black one.
Yeah.
We say, do you know that's not normal?
Don't give me the white list.
Do you know that's not normal, though?
It's wrong.
It's not normal. When you go into a bank and there's 3 black ones and then there's 1 white one, and you say to yourself, oh, I hope I get the black one.
Yeah.
That's trauma. You have been traumatized. That's not normal. And those are those little things we experience in America. Girl,
Hello guys. I'm back again with you guys, and I have another beautiful lady with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone. My name is Karen. What do you want to know, Britt?
Well, Karen, why are you here?
Okay, why am I here? Why am I here?
Karen is in Nairobi,
Why am I
so
in Kenya?
you came to my Thanksgiving shindig.
Yes, it was amazing.
It was really fun here. Y'all know I always talk about our Black Kenyan expat group. Black expats in Kenya group, you know what I'm saying? But she's a part of our group, so she knows like Tadre and Simone and Rita and all y'all's faves.
Yeah.
Karen is the new fave. So tell us, first of all, when did you get here?
I got here actually in the middle of a pandemic. November 2020 is when I got to Kenya. So it's been 17 months now.
I thought Kenya was on lockdown.
No.
So where did you come from?
New Orleans, Louisiana.
Nolens.
Who that say?
Nolens.
Okay. So I am Karen. I came to Kenya November 2020. I am from New Orleans, Louisiana. COVID actually gave me a blessing because I'm a therapist and a life coach, guys.
I need a life coach. Damn, my mom was just telling me I need a life coach.
Really?
I swear to God. She's gonna watch this and be like, girl.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between a therapist and a life coach?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked. I am so glad you asked that question because a lot of people don't know. Okay,
I don't know.
So, all right. So, let's start with life coach.
Okay.
A life coach is going to meet you where you are now and help you to develop goals for your life, right? And so, life coaches usually meet you in the present and help you move towards a future that you want. Okay, so it could be, I want to change jobs, or I want to, manage my time better. I need some advice on dating, whatever the case may be, right? However, a therapist is going to help you figure out why you're in the position that you're in the first place.
Okay.
So
a therapist is analytical and a life coach is more action-based.
Action-based, right. So this is also what you have to remember. So if you are caught up in a life cycle and you have repetitive behavior, right? A life coach is not going to help you because a life coach can meet you where you are and try to develop a plan for the future. But if you have repetitive behaviors and you keep repeating the same cycle, you need a therapist because a therapist is going to go back. And a therapist may take you to your childhood. A therapist may help you to identify.
Why do you keep getting here? Like they'll help you? Like why do you keep getting here?
Yes, and to heal from those things that keep you in your situation.
Are you doing that currently out here?
Yes.
A lot of people have a stigma like Africans don't care about mental health. You know that stigma? That's not a big thing here. African parents don't care. Schools don't care. So how has that been marketing-wise for you as far as navigating through?
Okay. So it's been fine. So I recently registered my practice here. So I have my practice is a telehealth practice.
Wow.
Because when COVID hit, I had to move all my clients
online. Are you Kenyan legit?
Yes, I'm Kenya legit. Girl, I wouldn't be out here if I wasn't Kenya legit.
Okay.
So listen, so my practice here is Infinity A Mental Wellness here in Kenya. So in Kenya, I am mostly focusing on wanting to train other therapists, and doing mental health training, life coaching, because I have my clients are in the U.S. I'm licensed in the state of Louisiana, so most of my clients are in the U.S. and they are telehealth. Now, my coaching clients are all over the world. I have clients in Ecuador. I have clients in the UK. I have clients in London.
Global mental health.
Yeah. So in Kenya, it's called Infinity A Mental Wellness Consultants here in Kenya. And so I am currently looking for office space because what I do find with Africans or Kenyans, they love the face-to-face visits. They don't really want to do telehealth. For those who's interested in mental health, there's still a stigma here, as it relates to mental health. But I always try to tell people, mental health doesn't mean that you have a diagnosis that's so severe that you need some type of psychotropic, medication. So mental health it could be as mild as I broke up with my boyfriend, I'm having these crying spells, and I'm depressed. That's mental health. You need a therapist.
Yeah.
You need a therapist for that, right?
Yeah.
And so, so mental health is all just dealing with basic life issues, all the way up to someone may have a diagnosis of schizophrenia and need medication.
Yeah.
So that's mental health.
There's a spectrum.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I specialize in a lot of grief, loss, trauma, and I get a lot of bad breakups.
Yeah,
Because
I heard Nairobi's a messy dating city.
Yeah, I get a lot of bad breakups. Mainly in the U.S. too, though.
Really?
Yeah, because a lot of women get caught up in narcissistic relationships and don't realize what it is.
Say it again. Say it, no, for real. Me and my sister have done a lot of research on narcissism, and it's way more rampant than we would think.
It is.
And social media has made it worse.
It's really bad.
Yeah, social media has increased narcissism to the max. It's crazy. So I love that for you out here.
Thank you.
That's what you do. Where are you kind of like located? What area are you in right now?
Okay, so I don't have my office yet here. So I'm in the process of looking for my office, but I actually live north. I don't live around all the expats.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you say north, I don't even know what you're talking about. Is that like by the airport?
Camboose,
is that
Ridgeways.
Karen?
No, it's not Karen.
Like by Karen. Like is Karen going north?
It's going towards, as if you're going up to Tika.
Okay.
Camboose. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I've been to Tika Road, but I've never been to Tika.
Yeah. So I'm there.
What makes you go out there?
Okay, so you ready for the story?
Yeah.
Because we all have like expat stories. Okay. So when I first came to Kenya, I spent my first 2 months on the coast in Diani. Loved it, but it was too hot. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I need to get a little closer because when you first land, there's not that many of us on the coast. You know what we do? We go to the coast and then we're like, oh, there's not that many of us, so let's go to Nairobi. We go to the coast, and then the next person go to the coast and say, oh, there's not that many of us, let's go to... Yes. Yeah. And so I started off on the coast. I'm like, I don't really know that many people here. I need to connect, you know, with the other expats. And so that's what I did. I moved closer, but I moved to Athi River. So it's close, but not close, right? Okay. So out in Athi River, what we don't realize here, when I moved into the house, gated community, beautiful place, the landlord had like a lien. So electricity, so power, if you're paying month to month, you know, in the United States, your power bill follows the person. Well, here in Kenya, it's almost like a lien on the house if it's not paid. So my electricity was kind of like rigged up. Kenya Power found out about it. Landlord had this huge bill that they had to pay. They wouldn't pay it. It's dark. I have to work. So I moved to that place. And one of the other expats used to live next door. And she was like, oh, hey, there's a place next door to me.
So about how far was it from Nairobi?
Well, it's still considered Nairobi, but it's about maybe, without traffic, it's about 30 minutes from you.
Okay. That's not too bad. So let's go back to you being on the coast. And you're like, oh, there's not a lot of expats here. What made you feel like I need to have a lot of expats here? Like, what was it hard for you to like integrate into there? So when I first landed, of course, you know, I was here on a tourist visa. So I'm trying to get acclimated. And so on the coast, it started feeling like I was on this extended vacation. And it got a little lonely in the sense. Hard to get settled.
It was hard to get settled. You're new. There's no other person there. You know, well, I did meet one person, but she left.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, but when you're on the coast and there's no one else there and you're new, it gets lonely.
I'm sure.
Now I can probably move on the coast, but it's too hot. But I can move there now and be perfectly fine because I've connected.
Your giving tree.
Yes, absolutely.
So, what was your first event with the Black Expat group?
What was the first event? You know, we're always eating. With the group, the first event was our picnic. We had like this a expat picnic, and we all showed up. We did zip lining, and we grilled. It was so much fun.
I know you were so happy to meet people.
So happy to meet people.
So let's talk about what made you're in New Orleans. New Orleans is nice.
It's very nice. New Orleans is my country.
But you know, I could never live there.
Why?
It's too much. Bourbon Street is a lot. it's always hurricaney and all that. I don't have time for that.
That's the downfall.
Louisiana is a downtrodden state. Girl.
It is not. No,
it is. Even my friend lives in Monroe, Louisiana, and it's like always a storm, always a tornado. I'm like, God damn, just move.
But Louisiana is not New Orleans, and New Orleans is not Louisiana.
Oh, excuse me.
You know, New Orleans is like a country. Have you been there?
I've been to New Orleans twice, and all I did was eat and drink, eat and drink, eat and drink. Yeah, I guess New Orleans it's like New York City in New York.
There you go.
Okay, because you have Albany, you have all these other places in New York, but it's not New York City.
It's not New York City.
Okay,
right.
I feel the vibe. I feel what you're saying. So, you grew up there.
Grew up, born, raised.
Hey. Are you a Creole, Miss Ma'am?
I'm not a Creole, though.
We love that, too.
No, I'm not a Creole.
You know, so what made you leave?
Okay, so America. So just all the I got tired. Like, I didn't make this decision in 2020 when COVID hit. It was just kind of like a buildup for me. So I went on my own, spiritual journey, like a lot of people do, and just really started rediscovering Karen. Okay, and so looking at America, the racial injustices, how African Americans are treated in America it takes a toll on you. As an African American born in America, we are born into trauma. And we don't realize it. And a lot of us don't realize it until we're gone and look back, and then you see how traumatizing it is, right? Yeah. And so over the years, it has been a buildup for me. And I always knew that I would leave, because in my 20s, I left New Orleans at 19 and moved to Ansbach, Germany. My ex-husband used to be military, so I lived there for like 3 years.
So let's go back. Hold on. We'll go to that later.
Okay,
we'll
go back to okay. And so, until you hear these people that say, my ancestors, helped build this land, and we're gonna keep fighting. Well, I don't want to stay there and fight. Yeah. I want to
go back.
I want to live a life of peace and live a life of freedom.
I love that.
So in 2016, I took a trip to Africa. It was my first time on the continent. I came with a group, but I went to South Africa.
Okay, South Africa.
It was a different feeling. It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Africa is a vibe. I don't know if South Africa is the best place to go your first time.
No. It felt like America. Yeah. It didn't. No. But this is but there was still I shouldn't say it felt like America, because it didn't. But it is westernized like America. And I felt energetically, a difference.
Really?
I did feel at home. Now, it did make me want to repatriate there, but it had an impact on me just being on the continent for the first time.
That electricity.
Yes, you get that. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to Africa. So my plan was to expand to this group practice so I can work online and leave. Well, COVID hit. And so I had a 5-year plan. So my 5-year plan was moved up.
Yeah. And so fuck it.
I'm out. That window of opportunity came, and I was out.
Do you have kids?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have.
How old are they during this time when you're about to leave?
Okay, so 28. No, when I left, she was 27. 27-year-old and 32-year-old.
Girl, you look good.
Thank you.
I'm trying to make the math shake. I'm not going to ask you how old you are.
My daughter follows you all the time.
Really?
Yeah, she's the one that told me about you.
Oh, stop.
Yes.
I'm trying to make the math shake because you look good. But yeah, I would not guess you had 27-year-old.
I'm 51.
Oh, you look good, girl.
Thank you.
My aunt is 51. She don't look like you. But so you left. How did they feel about you leaving?
So the youngest one, when I was doing the research, we were researching together. We had started researching, looking at videos and all of this stuff, right? And this actually happened before COVID when I started researching. And so the plan was for me to leave first to get settled, and then she would come.
Oh wow, they were interested in coming.
No, the youngest one. The oldest one, they both were sad that I was leaving. But my oldest daughter, she wrote me the most special letter. And she said, do not open this letter until you're flying over the Atlantic. And so I opened it, and she talked about how she was sad that I was leaving, but she was so happy that I'm finding that freedom, happiness.
That freedom.
And that when she wrote me that and I read it.
That's a sweet send off.
Yeah.
Did you leave a boo thing in New Orleans?
No, I didn't leave a boo thing.
Were you dating?
I was dating, but I was not in a relationship.
Okay. So were you were just like, boo, look, I'm leaving.
Well, no, it wasn't really even like it wasn't even anything worth saying. Boo, I'm leaving. Yeah. So I am single. Single, ready to mingle.
Hello, girl. Don't say that too loud because they'll know for real. People will hop into that DM. Tracy asked everybody, girl, say it.
No.
Hop in, y'all. She gave you the go. Yes. How has Nairobi been for you overall? Like, what are your top 3 positive highs that you just feel or have experienced here in Nairobi?
Oh, okay. So I would say the vibe, of course, the peacefulness that's here, and the people. I think Kenyans are very nice. They're very sweet. Okay, but the people, it's a high and a low for me. Because when you come to Africa, especially as an African American, and I have to educate people about this, when you come, you cannot expect to come here and they understand the transatlantic slave trade or they know our history, because a lot of them don't, right? So that was kind of like a down for me. And so, but what I have done is just kind of educate along the way. So, but the people, the environment, the cost of living, I love all of that. The beauty of the place.
Yeah. You have a maid?
Yes. That should have been number 1.
Yeah.
To have someone to cook for you and to clean for you and to do all that stuff. And then having a driver. I have a maid. I do have a driver.
So you don't drive here?
No.
But you bought the car?
I didn't buy a car either.
Oh, so he just drives his car?
Uh-huh.
How much do you pay him a month, if you don't mind me asking?
I don't do it by month. I do it by ride.
Okay.
So it's $25 depending on which one, because I have more than one. You need to have more than one.
On rotation.
So I pay between 22,500 shillings to 3,500 shillings. I never pay over 3,500. That's like $35, $25.
Okay.
For a whole day's work.
Oh, for a whole day, you guys. So yeah, that's about $35, $25.
Enough time in this video for me to talk about how traumatized we are and how Africa is the future for African Americans.
They don't realize, and that's the thing. A lot of my Kenyan viewers have thanked me because they're like, we don't have a clue of the trauma that you're referring to.
No, they
that doesn't live in a world for us. Like, I remember I used to get suspended a lot as a little girl. And like, I went to a majority white school, and like, I would just always get in trouble, And then when I graduated and like started reading and learning over criminalization of Black girls in schools and all these things, it all just clicked. And I'm like, I wasn't crazy. Like, I wasn't being any worse than the other girls. It's just I was getting punished because I'm Black.
Yes. But they don't understand. But Kenyans don't understand the concept of race, because everyone here is Black. So to them, it is not a huge thing.
But that is what confuses me, though, because there is Kenyan Indians here, and there is a difference between those demographics. I do not count Kenyan Indians as Black. So when Kenyans are like, I don't see race, there's lots of other races here. There's Italians on the coast. And you see the discrepancy in the way that people are treated. What do you think it is? Nationalism instead of racism?
But
like,
it's
racism.
But they've also been colonized different than us, right? So sometimes I don't know which one is worse. What we have gone through, because all of us have gone through. Girl. I know, but this is what I think about. Even in the midst of slavery for us, we were able to build our own culture in America. Here, you don't really see that as
Kenyan culture.
Like them maintaining their. So it's. I mean, all of us Black people across the globe have gone through some stuff, right? Because Kenyans here, so drivers and that sort of thing. When I talk, I try to teach along the way. So when I say I'm African, a Kenyan don't look at me as African until I educate them. So I always say, well, if you take a mango tree and put it on a ship and send it to America, what is it? And they'll say, a mango tree. I said, you take a seed from that mango tree, you put it in the ground in America, what is it? A mango tree. So I said, well, if you take an African from the continent of Africa and send it to America, what is it? Then they say, I get you.
But I agree, but I do not feel like some African Americans are African.
No, we're some of us are indigenous to the American land. We're Native Americans. We're mixed.
I think it's mental, though.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying, like African Americans and Africans are very, very different, and I think that we're kind of just too far gone. So it's almost like the average white man in America, and us being like, oh well, he's European. He's so far removed from his Irish great. You know, he's just a white man in America.
Yeah,
he don't eat potatoes. He don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you think we're that far removed? I don't think we're that far.
I think a lot of us are that far removed.
A lot of us are. Not all, but
not
a lot.
all.
Yes.
You know, and it takes education.
Yes.
And self-motivation to put yourself back there.
Yes.
But for the most part, I'm from Atlanta. It's far removed. Okay, you know. A lot of that is just far removed. So
when I talked to my older, I used to have another house help. She was older, so some of the things that she talked about, how they were raised and what they were taught, is some of the things that we were taught as well. And so there are some similarities on how we do things. They remind me of how we used to be. Even in some areas, how they, honor their elders here. We used to be that way as African Americans.
Honoring the ancestors.
The ancestors,
elders.
yes.
Yeah.
We used to be that way. But as time have gone on, you're right, we have moved further and further away.
I think so.
Yeah.
But
I'm African. But go ahead.
Yes, Queen. Are you religious?
Or Israel. What?
Tell me about this Israel stuff. First of all, 'cause people keep telling me that about comments. Someone's like, well, black people are actually the true Israelites and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
So you were asking me I'm more spiritual than religious. And let me tell you what I mean by that, right? So my background is Christianity. Okay, my background is Christianity, but I have evolved over the years, and so I do believe in some of the African spiritual systems. I believe in the Kemetic science, Hebrew Israelites, Yoruba, Ifa, because no one religion have all the answers. So it's about me connecting to that which is greater than myself, which is God. Yes, right? Amen. So I have, even with my clients, I have Ifa readers, I have Hebrew Israelites, I have people from all various backgrounds, and I counsel them in their respective religions because that's how God made me. So I'm connected to God. The religions, the rules, the regulation, all those things. So when the Hebrew Israelites say, we are the children of Israel, I believe it. They're right. There's a Kenyan. He's an older man that lives outside of my apartment complex because there's little houses there. I went to him. He's Bantu, and he told me the route that they took from Israel to come down here. He was an elder. And he's right. Think about it, because there's something different about us. There's something different about us. When I chose Kenya, I was kind of drawn to Kenya and didn't really understand why. Yeah, they have the good internet. Kenya had the weather, the internet. I looked at all those things, but energetically I was pulled. I felt pulled here. So when I got here, I realized before I came, I didn't understand that the Bantus were here. The Bantus are in our
They're like
line.
West Africans.
No,
Bantu
Kikuyus, Meru.
Well, I thought there's other Bantu, like Bantu is from.
They're everywhere, yes. And so am I. I did the DNA.
You're Bantu.
Yes. So
which
DNA and Yoruba. So my regular ancestry and DNA, it's a mixture of everything. So I have Bantu, and been in Togo, Nigeria, right? And then I also did the African ancestry, which takes you straight up your mother's line. Yoruba, and Fulani out of Nigeria.
You're Nigerian girl.
Nigerian.
So have you been?
But my father's line, I believe, is the Bantu. So
have you been to West Africa?
Not yet.
Why, girl?
I'm going. I want to go. I am going to visit. I don't see it for me living there, but I definitely have to get to Nigeria. It's too hot. Weather is a deal breaker. You said it earlier.
New Orleans.
I'm from New Orleans. It's hot. It's humid. It's muggy. We have hurricanes.
Ooh, child, that Ghana heat is like oppressive.
So that's what I'm saying. Whether
But it's like the beach. It's like beauty.
What about the air conditioner in Ghana? Do they have?
It works. It's high. It'll run up your bill, but it works. Here, there's no air conditioning.
You don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
So weather was a deal breaker for me. So we'll see. I'm gonna go. I want to get to Ghana this year.
You know, most African Americans are compelled to West Africa first.
But you know what? And I know we are. But that's where they picked us up from. That doesn't mean that's where we're from.
That's true.
Because the Bantus, the Kikuyus here, they came from the Congo. You know how many of us have Congo in our blood?
Yeah.
So that was the pickup point. It doesn't mean that you're, that you come from there. And then where were we before we got picked up from there? Like some of the
questions that need answers.
Yes, just like some of your people have said to you. The original home may be Israel.
Yeah. Name the top 5 countries that you plan on visiting.
Ooh, I'm glad you asked me that question. So definitely Egypt. Yes, I have got to get to those temples, and see, I'm a spiritual person, so I have to do that.
I feel like Egypt is just a white man's land.
See, and this is what I tell people. When people say, well, I don't want to go to Africa, like African Americans, because there's a lot of them that say, I'm not going to Africa. Africans don't like us. It's not about the people. It's about connecting energetically to the land, to the environment. It's not about the government. I just feel like
there's better places to go versus me being mistreated, or where there's racism. Like I just heard there is racist there a little.
I'm going there to see the temples.
You want to see the temples?
Yes.
Okay. You're going for the
and the
things.
things. Yeah.
Okay.
So Egypt. I do want to go to Ghana. Of course, Nigeria. I have to go. I have got to get to Nigeria. Rwanda. What was my other one? Namibia.
I heard Namibia was gorgeous.
It looks gorgeous from me looking at it on video.
Yeah, I heard it was gorgeous. What are your favorite cities that you've been to in Kenya?
Of course, Diani. I've been to Nanyuki. I haven't done a whole lot of traveling.
Okay.
Yeah, but Nanyuki, Diani.
What did you like about Nanyuki?
Going up to Mount Kenya.
Oh, you climbed Mount Kenya?
I didn't climb it, but my driver got me.
You went around.
My driver got me up there further enough. And I was sitting in the rocks, like I was Moses. So yeah,
I love Nanyuki.
Yes,
I love the quiet towns.
Yeah, I don't think I can live there.
It's too slow.
Yeah, it's very slow, even for me.
Yeah.
No, but I love the mountains.
Really,
absolutely beautiful. That was my favorite part, and standing on the equator.
Oh, that was fun.
On the equator line.
Yeah, the equator line is fun. Yeah. That's really fun. Opajeta. How do you feel about safaris?
I have not gone on a safari yet, and I've been here 17 months because I have been busy. Remember, I consider myself as a first generation returnee to the continent of Africa. So my daughter has already told me that she is not going to birth a child on American soil.
That's deep. I told myself I will not lay my body to rest on American soil.
Yeah. So my focus have been, how it is. Like we in America, we're not used to immigration and all paperwork and all that. So I've been busy with registering my business and getting all my paperwork and doing all of that stuff. Yes. So I really have not.
So your goal is to have your entire family come.
Those who will come.
Really? What about your siblings?
I have 4 brothers. They're not coming.
They're not.
They're like, no, we'll visit, but no.
When's the last time you went home?
I went home August of last year.
August 2021. How long for?
I was there for 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks.
Wow, that's long. How did it feel? What were your feelings going there? Let's start off with that.
You really want to know?
Yeah.
I think I have a video out here on that too. When I first saw New York, I was like, here we go with this bullshit.
Really? Yeah.
So when I got to the New York airport, I was like, oh.
It's
just the energy. It was just the energy that you feel when you get back to America.
It's draining from your soul.
It's draining from your soul when you go. And so when I got to New Orleans, I kind of perked up. You hear in the airport, you hear the music. I'm like, yes, I'm home. So when So when I got to New Orleans, I hit up all my favorite spots, my family, all of that.
That started emotionally recharging you.
It recharged me. However, then like that last week I started, and I don't even have anxiety issues, and I started having anxiety because I was afraid that I would not be able to get out.
To leave?
Because we had Hurricane Ida. I got caught up in that.
Oh, you were so uncomfortable with the thought of having an extended stay.
The thought of having to stay there, it stressed me out so bad. Yeah. So, because I realized, now it is good, once you're in Kenya for like an extended period of time, it is good to go back to the United States.
Why do you think that is?
Because you need to be able to solidify that you've made the right decision.
To keep reevaluating.
So when I went back, I knew my original goal or my original choice, I should say, was the correct choice. America is not my home. I was not happy.
Are you ever going back?
Not to move. Okay, I'll say this. If I will go back when I am maybe 75 years old, if my family have not joined me. So I'll go back at 75.
To die, child. What you saying, girl? God damn.
But no, it's not. I wasn't. So, and this, people have to understand, like your environment plays a part in your mood, in your mental health, in your emotional health. Your environment plays a part in that. So I was not happy. There's no life for me there.
What type of racism did you experience in New Orleans? Because I thought it was a pretty like mixy city for the most part.
It is. It's not about direct racism.
It's just even the
ingraining. When I used to work, I haven't worked for anyone in a while. But when I used to, the microaggressions in the workplace was horrible. You can't speak out. Or you're labeled.
I'm gonna leave that one on the table.
Yes, because there's only a certain type of Black person that's accepted. You have to buy into a particular agenda.
Oh, I know, child.
Yeah. And so if you're outspoken, like, hang it up. You just go and open up your own business if you're outspoken.
I'm working on it, child.
Because because I tell people all the time, like, this is not your business.
It's not your business.
You're just there to provide a service in exchange for a paycheck.
Yeah.
It's not yours. And so don't put all of your heart and your soul into a company that does not belong to you.
Exactly.
Okay? Because they can pick you up, put you down. All that energy needs to go to your family. You just go there, provide a service in exchange for a paycheck. That's it.
Really?
So I experienced the microaggressions in the workplace, right? But just being in America, America is built on racism. So you can't, if you're there and you're a Black person, just being there in it.
When I went home, my son lives with his dad in America. So when I went home, it was an obligation. I felt obligated to go see him because honestly, if he was not there, I would not have gone, And it was just a guilt I felt getting on the plane because I'm like, fuck, I do not want to go home. When I got home, like you said, I landed in DC and I was just like, yo, this energy, there's no vibrations. I'm just not feeling the vibration. It's not. It's not. Yeah, spiritually,
energetically, and my mood goes down. Like I feel stressed, anxious. It's not good. It's not good.
Simone and I have been talking about the demonization of African antique religion.
But it's not. Okay, so when you when you capture a people, the first thing that you do is you change their concept of God and who God is. And so that was one of the first things that they did when they came to Africa to steal us from this continent. So let me just say this. We were stolen from the continent of Africa. For the Kenyans who may not know, or whoever is listening, you may not have been taught this, but African Americans, our ancestors, were stolen from the continent of Africa. Some of it was due to tribal wars or whatever the case may be, but we were stolen and forced to be slaves in America. So when they came to take us from this continent, unwillingly, they tried to change our concept of God. Because when you have a concept of God, that's where your strength comes in. Your spirituality is your strength. So, of course, I have to demonize your religion and give you a different one so that I can use that religion to oppress you. And so the further and further and further away that we have gotten from our spiritual practices is the weaker and weaker and weaker we have become.
Agreed on that one. I've been facing myself because I'm Catholic. I've been wanting to change my last name. I'm tired of my last name being Caldwell, to be honest.
Me too. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it no more.
I'm with you.
When I go to mass, I'm just like, what am I doing here? This doesn't even feel right. You know.
So everyone is, and I'm finding it is more common. So for me, like I'm an ordained minister in the church.
Are
and
you?
All that stuff. Yes, but I left the church.
Girl, what don't you do?
So.
You're ordained minister. So
it would take a whole nother video.
So if I needed like
to my channel,
if I needed a quickie marriage ceremony.
So anyway. But however, I went on my own spiritual journey. And when you go on your own spiritual journey, you just you start evolving and you start questioning and trying to understand why you believe what you believe. Okay. So once you start understanding why you believe what you believe, then you start challenging like that feeling that you're having when you're going to your Catholic church and you're not being moved. I've been there, done that. So that's kind of like your cue to go on your own personal spiritual journey. Doesn't mean you have to denounce anything, but allow yourself to evolve, right? And so as Black people, all over the world, I think that we do have certain indigenous practices that we do need to embrace again.
Yeah.
Because that's our power. Even those first slaves that came here, they were still practicing their indigenous practices.
Yeah, for a while.
Even when you go to South America, they couple indigenous practices along with Christianity. Some of the Africans, they do the same thing.
Holding on to that. How's dating been for you in Kenya? You're a single Black woman. Black women in America are the least married demographic in America. How does that translate for you here in Kenya? Do you feel desired, wanted, sought after?
So, I have a different perspective, okay? So, dating in Kenya, I have not been dating in Kenya.
Why?
I think for me, and it's me, I'm acknowledging that it is me because I've been busy. I work. I'm working. I'm grinding, right? But on the other hand, like some of my friends and people who date, they're dating a lot younger.
What's wrong with that?
So for me, I have to transition because I'm 51. So I have to transition. Do I want to date this 39-year-old fine chocolate muscular Kenyan?
Sounds like a yes to me, child. Yes. Yes.
Do I want to? If I was 51, fine chocolate Kenyan, right?
If I was 51,
but at the same time, but I do. Okay, so a lot of women, African Americans, like we leave our standards at the border. Like I'm not.
Girl.
But he's fine. Wait, he's fine. He's muscular. He's chocolate. But he's making $200 a month, and I have to take care of him.
Child,
that doesn't work for me.
This has been a struggle. Listen. Man, this is loaded. Now I am getting to the point where money, when you got enough for yourself, you can kind of put it on the back burner a little, as long as you're not giving too much.
I get it, but you need to want me for me, and not for what I can give you.
But there's ways that you could test that by not giving.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
For
Absolutely.
So long.
So I said, since I have everything, together, my business register, I'm about to put myself out there. Okay.
She is ready. Dating.
She is ready.
Bumble.
Yeah. Okay. I did Tinder.
Here.
Yeah. I didn't see too many that I was interested in. Bumble.
Bumble.
Okay. So I'm not y'all on Bumble. Go on Bumble. I'm gonna be out there.
I'm not on Bumble, but I've heard good things about Bumble.
Really?
Yes.
Why are you not on it?
Girl,
I should be interviewing you.
I be in the club. That's my problem. I've been in the club. I've been meeting a lot of people in the club, going out. Nairobi nightlife is crazy. Do you go out at night?
Yes, I do go out at night.
What's your favorite spot?
But I always no. I just go to like the rooftop places.
Okay.
So
I
don't do club. Yeah, I don't do like club. Yeah.
40-40. Have you been to 40-40?
I haven't been to 40-40.
That's nice. It's right up the street.
Okay.
Okay, so I feel your vibe.
So yeah, you feel my vibe? You gonna set me up?
Girl, I'll set you up. Listen, I know so many nice followers on YouTube.
But then this is the other catch-22. I don't want someone that's my age and stuck in their ways and don't women, like to do anything.
They can feel the same way about you.
Well, she's not stuck in her ways. She's
they can. You know how men be like,
oh,
older women stuck in their ways. Let me go get it younger.
Yeah,
there's men out there who are easy to. I can see you with a younger man though.
I don't want him to be the same age as my daughters.
Girl, that's not their business.
And someone said that. Someone's like,
that's not their business. They would date, if they met the right man, they would date a man your age.
Maybe the older one. I don't know about the baby. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
so
interesting.
She is single and ready. She has time. She's ready.
Do you have a lot of just local Kenyan friends?
No. That has been challenging.
Why?
I don't find, especially like working class Kenyans where I live, everybody is business. They have that Western mentality, the hustle. So, some of my neighbors I don't know is different from West Africa. What I hear in West Africa, everybody's like, come on, come.
Everyone's sitting outside. Everyone.
Yeah, I have not found that here in Kenya. Yeah. So now I have met a couple of people, but to say, friends, hanging out all the time,
no.
Mm-mm.
What do you do? Expats only?
Mm-hmm.
I have been making local friends.
I want local friends.
But it comes with issues.
You have to pay for everything?
No, not always. I offer. Most time I offer. But I even have had like a couple friends call like, oh my God, my car is, can you pay for, you know what I'm saying?
See, that's one of those down.
Mm-hmm. Have you traveled Europe?
Germany. Germany is the only place I've been.
Oh yeah, so we were supposed to circle back to that.
Yeah.
You what age were you when you got married?
I got married at 19.
Oh, love is a beautiful thing. Young love.
So I got married at 19.
Young and dumb. Just kidding. Just kidding.
But there's some truth to that.
No.
So my ex-husband was military, and we got married at 19. He joined the military and got stationed in Ansbach, Germany. And so I was 19 years old. I had a 5-month-old baby. Had never been on an airplane before.
Oh.
Got on the plane with my 5-month-old baby and moved to Germany.
Wow. That must have been very isolating.
It was fun.
It was fun? Oh, shit.
Fun.
I'm off.
It was very
fun. How was it?
I think it was isolating for probably like the first 3 weeks. Because when I got there, 2 days after we had gotten there, he had to go to the field for like 3 weeks. So that part, my first 3 weeks was a little isolating because we lived out on a German community.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had all these Germans around me who didn't really even speak English. But once he got back and I started meeting, other military wives and, all of that, it was so much fun.
It was fun.
I really like Germany. Like Germans, to me, they have a different vibe. Like I never faced racism or anything like that in Germany. Yeah, I have not. I love Germany.
When did you guys leave?
So we left after 3 years. He got stationed. The whole base actually got stationed in Oklahoma. And so when he transferred, then I moved to Oklahoma, had the second baby, and not long after we got divorced.
Okay.
Have I been close to it again? I've been in love before since then, and it didn't work out.
Okay.
So yeah. So now that's why I can talk to people about narcissism and narcissistic relationships, and and helping women not to give too much in the beginning, to hold on to your power. Because women have something that can bring down kings and kingdoms, and we give it away for a Happy Meal.
Yeah, sometimes not even a Happy Meal, girl. It's a free, come pick up.
Some of the brothers is not gonna like me saying that.
No, it's
true.
It's
all love. Mm-hmm.
It's true though. It's very true. Would you ever, if you fell in love with a Kenyan man here and you guys were very serious, how would you feel if he was like, baby, like, can you make me American?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the trade-off would be, baby, can you make me a Kenyan?
Girl, that's what I've been saying. I swear to God, I was like, yo, low-key, I need citizenship. I'm tired of these visas. I need like some citizenship, for real. I'm glad you said that. Because like,
so if I was in love with someone and wanted. Oh, absolutely.
If you want to live in the ghetto, sure. Like,
yeah,
if you want that,
yeah, absolutely.
Give me your hand.
I would. It would be.
Give me your hand.
You want my hand?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm feeling your energy, and I'm gonna guess your sign. I've been so off lately because my energy is off. My energy is very off lately, so it's been hard for me to read others. Are you earth, fire, water?
Oh, come on, try. Please try. Please try. I want you to try.
Pisces. No. Stop.
Okay. Let's be silent. She's about to guess my sign.
Okay.
Come on. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale.
You're not in Aries.
Okay. So just.
You're not in Aries.
What am I?
You're not a Leo. You're not a Cancer.
Okay.
Taurus.
Close.
Gemini. No, you're not a Gemini. You do not give Gemini. So you're close to a Taurus, but you're not a Pisces.
Mm-hmm.
Virgo.
Yes.
Virgo.
I'm a Virgo. Yes.
I got Earth. Yeah, I did. I got Earth from you.
Yes.
I felt this. I feel sensitive. I feel a sensitive soul in you. So that's why I went with Pisces first.
Yes.
Because you have a very soft, sensitive, and calming vibe. Oh, Virgo. I can feel that.
I am a Virgo.
I love Virgos. You know, Virgos and Cancers are like.
Yeah, my daughter is a Cancer. My baby, yeah. But this is the how we become divided, because Cancers, you are more in tune with your emotions. Virgos are earth signs, so we want to fix it. We want a
solution.
So sometimes a Cancer doesn't want a solution.
We just
a Cancer,
cry.
We just want you to feel me and cry. And
that's me. Give me like 5 days of crying, and then I'll think.
Yes. But if a Virgo try to come in and fix it, then to a Cancer, I'm gonna seem insensitive.
That's the word that I was thinking in my brain, girl. I was like insensitive.
Yes, you're gonna seem it. So but
give me my time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, do you know all three of your signs?
It's Virgo, Leo.
You have Virgo. You have Virgo?
Yeah, after Virgo, Leo. It's Cancer, Virgo, Leo.
Oh wow.
Then the rest, I forget.
Okay, so all of us have three signs.
Yeah.
So wherever the sun was,
the sun is my Cancer.
Wherever the moon is,
Virgo.
And wherever the one on the eastern horizon that's coming up,
Leo.
Wow, Cancer, Virgo, and Leo. You water, earth, and fire.
Yeah, I'm moody as hell.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm moody.
So I'm earth and fire. So I am Virgo sun, a Sagittarius rising. That's why I'm Dora the Explorer. Okay. Because Sagittarius are exploratory.
Yes.
And I'm a Leo moon.
Okay. Oh, so we both share that.
So you piss me off. That's it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
My mom and my sister are Sagittarius, and they get on my damn nerves.
But there's not a Sagittarius that I do not love. Like every female Sag that I meet, like we get along so good. But the sign that I do that annoys me.
Oh my God, that was just what I was about to ask you.
No offense, y'all, but the sign.
Let me guess it.
Okay.
Aquarius.
No.
Gemini.
No.
Damn. Scorpio.
Annoys me really bad.
Scorpio? Damn, tell me.
Pisces.
Why?
Pisces. If you look at the zodiac wheel, and it makes sense because all of us have an opposing sign. So Pisces is opposing to Virgo. Pisces and my best friend
go together.
No,
y'all are
no. What Cancers and Scorpios I'm good with, because you water the earth, right? But Pisces, my best friend is Pisces, but she annoys me too.
Why? She's overly
sensitive? She's sensitive, and Pisces are very secretive, and then they can be wishy-washy.
So can Cancers.
Pisces are very secretive. So as a Virgo that's earth, that likes stability, that likes So a Virgo would mistrust you if you have this secret, this whole
vibe, the sneaky vibe,
this sneaky secret, right? And so, but the goal is for me to tap into my Pisces in it, because we're all of the signs. So I need more of the go with the flow instead of the So there's some benefits. So we balance each other, but Pisces are a challenge for me.
I do not like Aquarius. in Geminis. I don't know.
Now my birth chart says that I'm supposed to marry a Gemini. So if you are a Gemini,
Hit her up.
you might be my husband.
I don't date anyone who I need to be dating. Everyone who I've dated is like a bad sign for me.
What do you normally date?
Aquarius, Libra, Gemini.
Air.
Yeah.
Air. You don't do well with air signs. So we're gonna have to pull up your birth chart to see what's in your 7th house.
I need to find Scorpio, Taurus,
Scorpio,
Virgo. I need a Scorpio. Yeah, I keep getting these damn Libras.
Yeah. My daughter loves Scorpios and she's a Cancer. So
I would never date a Cancer man though.
Cancer men are petty.
They're so petty.
They are petty.
My son is a Cancer man.
They're petty and gossipy.
He is messiest little boy. Him and my brother and my granddaddy. They all just petty, messy.
Cancer men are petty. Like look at some of the celebrities who's Cancers. Charlamagne the God.
How do you feel about Will Smith slapping?
We're doing this on camera. Okay, so when I first saw it, I went to the mental side, the mental health side, right? And so I immediately said, there's something going on with him mentally that caused him to do this. I don't believe that it's his true nature to get up and just slap someone. I think he got triggered. Whether the triggering was looking at his wife or whether the triggering was, I'm fed up, regardless, he was triggered and there's some trauma there. So he was wrong. He was wrong for, going up and handling it the way that he did. But trying to understand why he did it, I believe he was triggered. But my heart goes out to Chris Rock as well, because to be embarrassed on a stage like that, the world stage, and have someone to humiliate you by slapping you in your face, right? Now, I personally didn't find the joke that offensive because I know the movie G.I. Jane and she was a hero. She was, so
a strong woman.
She was a strong woman. She was a hero. And he just said, G.I. Jane, catch you in the next movie. G.I. Jane wasn't someone who had cancer or leukemia or, this terminal illness. He didn't make the comparison to insult her. He made a comparison to a hero. And so I just don't think the punishment was worth the crime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think if it would have been just kind of laughed off as it started off being just kind of laughing it off. So, and then my heart goes out to her because you can't tell other people, how to hurt. Yeah. And this hurts me and that sort of thing. So I'm very objective when it comes to stuff like that because I always look at all the sides.
Yeah.
So I don't like this duality, way of thinking, this dual way of thinking.
Was he right or wrong?
Yeah. Is he right? Is he wrong? He shouldn't have did this. Oh no, she shouldn't have done that. So I don't have one side. I have all sides that you have to look at it objectively.
You do. I think he should have just cussed him out.
From the seat.
Yeah, you do not have to get up and slap. You could have been like going in on him, like, you know what I'm saying? But to slap somebody, you need to be held accountable. And I actually think it's very odd that no criminal charges have been filed because you cannot do that in real life. It's just not okay.
No, it's not. No.
Well, this has been really good. We're coming up on an hour.
Okay.
How can they support you?
Okay, so I just relaunched my YouTube channel to give this journey another set of eyes from my perspective. I actually had started YouTube when I came here, and I unpublished all of my videos because I wanted to make sure I got all my stuff together before I'm out in the public like this. I'm a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. You know how we are. So.
Some days I
I've relaunched my channel, so you guys can find me on Karen's World 88, Karen's World 88. You're gonna have to probably put the link there.
I always put the link.
Yeah, because I don't think it's not big enough to Google me yet. So I am.
Yes.
I have a whole bunch of yets. And also my practice is infinity8llc.com,
which I'll put in the link as well.
Yeah, and so that's where you can.
And that's for anyone watching this.
Anyone watching,
you can help her with her practice. Or
if you need
get some therapy,
coaching,
exactly. I will be getting life coached, girl, because life is a doozy right now.
Yes, so thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you for coming. I love your vibe. You guys like and subscribe, share, hit up Karen. Please go to her page. I've been telling all of y'all, get YouTubes.
Yeah, I have YouTube.
We live such a rare life. Do you know how many black people in America are like, oh, I'm gonna go back to Africa. I'm gonna go back to Africa. We actually are back in Africa.
But you know what? When I was doing my research, there was no African Americans doing YouTube for Kenya. There was no one at the time. There was some Africans that was doing YouTube for Kenya, but I think seeing it, although we want to partner with our brothers and sisters, I think another African American can give you more of the real perspective.
Yeah.
On what we have to actually go through here.
Exactly.
Because
and how you will digest it.
Yeah. So an American citizen, for instance, if we're in America and immigrants come and they start asking me questions about immigration, I can't answer their questions because I've never had to do that.
Yeah,
right?
I was born here, boo.
I was born here. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, facts.
Yeah.
And people love to watch. And like, that's one thing I noticed too when I was looking at YouTube in Kenya. It's just like white people on safaris. People,
and they're missing out.
Yeah.
And I try to highlight my Kenyan brothers and sisters. Like, I love it here. I love it here so much. I really do.
Kenya, they will support you.
They will.
If they mess with you, they will go hard for you.
Yes.
I love you guys more than anything, to be honest.
I do.
I remember somebody.
You have a Kenyan name?
No.
I have a Kenyan name.
What is it?
Karen Mumbi Amina.
Oh, that's beautiful. I don't have a Kenyan name. But I have been learning a lot of Swahili.
Oh, nice. What did you learn?
Poa Wewe, Lala Poa. It's actually foul language, so.
Oh, I don't know any foul language. I've been trying to learn the language too.
Yeah, I'll tell you it. I'll tell you it off camera.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we need to, I encourage people when they come, because some people say, oh, they speak English. We don't need to learn English. Learn Swahili. Yes, we do. Yeah. And so that's my goal. I know a couple of things, but I will be fluent in Swahili. And I also want to learn, I have to learn Yoruba is the next one. I have to learn my mother's tongue, which is Yoruba. But but Swahili, I am going to be very fluent in it.
I think that's a good idea.
Yes,
even if I'm not perfect, I've noticed that it makes them feel like nicer towards me. Like, at least she's trying.
Yes, you can't come to other people's country and don't even bother about learning the language. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Although I look at Kenyans as my brothers and sisters, it's just we're still in their country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, so we need to, in order to acclimate and build the strong relationships. And I think that's a part of it too. You were asking me earlier about having Kenyan friends. And I think if I knew the language, I probably would navigate a whole lot better and have local Kenyan friends, because I do want local friends.
They'll come.
Yeah.
Local women, hit her up. Please hit her up.
Girl, we need to be friends. I'm your sister. Girl, from another mister.
Hello. But thank you guys. Like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. I'm going to Uganda tomorrow morning.
Nice. Yay!
And I have interviews lined up.
Oh,
the people I put in one little like, oh, I'm going to Uganda, and reach out to me if you want to interview. I got like 30, chose 8.
Nice.
So I have 8 interviews coming up from Uganda for you guys. I'm not just going to hang out. I'm going
forward.
to work.
Okay.
So yeah, like and support. I don't know if you saw my last video, but shit is critical right now. So please like and share, watch and subscribe, because it helps me and I need it. So thank you guys.
Bye.